Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back for another deck profile here. Now, if you guys watched my last video, the Ogdoadic Orcust, I was talking about building more with this deck. So this week I did a bunch of playtesting with this deck. This deck's absolutely insane. The Reptile deck is just out of hand. To be honest, very good, very just super consistent. So I'm here, and I was just like, yo, like, one of my lists that I made, and I kind of like was like, oh yeah, dude, like I'll get back to it, was the Orchest build. But I fine-tuned it this week, and I thought this deck was just a fucking smoke show. So we'll go into this. I'm going to talk more a little bit more about this, and then I'm going to show a combo at the end of this. That's it's not a combo that people talk about. It's actually a going second combo because I don't want to beat to death going first combos. If you look it up anywhere else, you'll see going first, whatever. Just a quick thing. Very nice. But anyways, without further ado, here you go, guys. It's the Ogdoadic Orcust. Now, yeah, I know you saw this guy. Oh, fuck. I know you saw this guy, so I'm going to talk about this card a lot. So I'm going to kind of breeze through the Orchest cards, because everyone knows what those do. So, just 3 Gearsu. Absolutely insane. So, one fun fact about this card too is like the token it produces on both players' board, you can tribute it to summon an Ogdoadic from the graveyard. So that's something to keep in mind. And then 3 Nightmares. I think 3 of these is completely correct, especially for this deck now, because it's like you need more live cards, and like the combo I'm going to show you involves this card, obviously. So. And then 2 Symbol Skeleton. I really wanted to play one of these through the week during testing. Excuse me. I figured out you just can't not play more. You have to play 2, is what I'm saying. So, and this card's kind of a brick, but it's worth it. So this card's just absolutely insane. So, and then 2 Wand. You have to play 2 of these as well. Same with the Symbol Skeleton. 3 is way too much for this build. 1 is not enough. So. And then I actually do play the 1 Bombard. I still think this card is just very underrated, like as an Orcust card. I'm not entirely sure why people started cutting it. Like, the capabilities this card has is it's very good. So, like Bombard, you know what I'm talking about. And then for the Reptiles, the 1 Ogdoadic. This card's in your graveyard. You can tribute 3 monsters, special summon it, and then it has a quick effect where it sends all monsters that were not special summoned from the graveyard to the graveyard. Cool thing about this is that's why this 2 Symbol Skeletons is very nice, because like you can summon back the Galatea, or you can summon back the Ding Gearsu, and you can use his effect to send everything after the Ding sends or attaches, and the Ding Gearsu won't go because it was summoned from the graveyard. So just something to think about. So. 1 Ailerit. This is the one that's while it's in graveyard. You can tribute 1 monster, special summon it, and then your opponent can add one of their monsters from the graveyard back to their hand. And then when this card is special summon new Chain Link, you can target 2 of your banished cards, 2 of your banished monsters, including 1 Reptile, and put them back in your graveyard. So it kind of abuses the Orcust potential of this deck. I really like this a lot. So, and then 1 Curse. This is the one while it's in graveyard, tribute 1 monster, special summon it. Your opponent can special summon 1 monster from their graveyard as well, but its effects are negated. And when this card is special summoned, new Chain Link, you can special summon 1 Ogdoadic from your graveyard, level 4 or lower. So this card is very good. The only thing I don't like about this is it's light, but you can play around that all the time. So, and then 1 Zoha. This card's insane. If this card leaves the field or is special summoned from the graveyard, your opponent can draw a card, and then you can add 1 Ogdoadic from your deck to your hand, and then you can both players discard a card. So it's a very good discard outlet. Also, while this is in graveyard, you can discard 1 card from your hand to add it back to your hand. So this is slowly becoming my favorite one. I know my last profile was like, this is my favorite one, that's my favorite one. I think this is my new favorite one. So the combo is actually with this as well. So, and then 3 Nuya. This is the Dark Reptile. You can discard this card from your hand, send Foolish Burial, send from deck, Light Reptile from deck to graveyard. Also, this card's normal special summon, adds 1 Ogdoadic spell attack from your deck to your hand. Card's insane. So, and then 3 New. You discard this card from your hand to special summon, or to send, a Dark Reptile from deck to graveyard. Also, while this card's in the graveyard and you control no monsters, or you only control Ogdoadics, you can special summon it from the graveyard. Also, if it leaves the field, it is banished, and while it's on the field, you can only special summon reptiles. So keep that in mind. And then one Reptilian Lamia. This is the card that I've been testing this week. This card's absolutely just ridiculous. I only play one of it because it's searchable by King of the Feral Imps, obviously. If you control a reptile monster, minimum one, so usually you search this with King of the Feral Imps, you can reveal it in your hand, target one of your opponent's monsters and makes its attack and defense 0/0. You special summon it, and then this is a card used for synchro material. It targets 2 more of your opponent's monsters and make them 0/0 as well. So I'm going to show a combo with that card. I do play a small danger engine. Obviously, the Tsuchinoko, it's Reptile. This is probably the most, insane card. One Nessie, one Bigfoot. This card's very good because it's level 8. So you can make rank 8s with this and like Ailurit or the Curse or whatever may have you. Also, it's an out to Dragoons. If they don't negate it, you can just summon it, draw a card, and then kill the Dragoons by battle. And the one Jackalope as well. And then the last monster is the Gizmag. This card is also level 8, but it goes in Orchest. So, anyways, and then for the spell cards, obviously, free Snake Rain. This card, I would also, like I said in my last video, I would buy collector's rares of these if I thought this card wasn't going to get limited or banned. So, this card is absolutely ridiculous. So, this card, 1 card from your hand, send 4 reptiles from deck to graveyard. And then 3 Dark Rulers. This card has been very good in testing this week. I would not take it out in any way, shape, or form. This deck is 42, but the 41st and 42nd card were Bigfoot and Monster Reborn. I ended up cutting them back again, and I actually liked it more in the ratios with the Bigfoot and Monster Reborn. So. And then 3 Allures, just very good. Also, one thing about the Allure is, like if you have to draw and like allure something you don't want to, like a Gizmech or whatever, the Ailurit, once it's summoned, like I said, it'll target 2 of your banished monsters, including 1 reptile, put it back in the graveyard. So if you have to allure your Gizmech, you can still put it back in the graveyard and then continue. Just a little trick, So. And then for the one-ofs, I still think one of the Water Lily is completely fine. I've still seen builds playing 3 of these. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'm missing something. I just feel like if you resolve this card, you should win the game. But this sends a reptile from deck to graveyard after resolution. If there's 5 or more reptiles, you special summon 1 from graveyard. So this is also part of the combo. So and then the rest of the one-offs, the Monster Reborn, the Foolish, the Return, obviously, the Babel, and the Crescendo. One small note on the Crescendo is I love drawing this card because like King of the Feral Imps, like you can, if you draw spells and whatever, you're able to make King of the Feral Imps. You can just search the snake and then snake effect, and then rip your hand. Hopefully they discard this, and then if this is a graveyard, you have the gear suit. So, anyways, guys. So, all right. So, for the extra deck, so the one Reptilian Hydra. So this card's absolutely ridiculous. I took a gamble on buying one of these because when this deck was announced, and I read all the cards, I was like, oh, dude, like, I bought, like, a bunch of Reptile. I even bought the worm shit. Like, yeah, dude, I'm going to profile worms. Ogdoadic, sweet, dude. Good profile. But I have them back there if anyone wants to see a worm profile. But this card, so what it is level 6 Synchro. You make it with the Lamia. Let me pull the Lamia out real quick just so I can explain this easier. So, you can stay down here, babe. So, this card, searchable with King of the Feral Imps, and you usually make this with the Nuya or Nunu, because this is level 6, level 2 tuner, or sometimes you can make the Needle Fiber with this and summon the Bombard out of deck, but usually use it for this. So basically, if you go in second, I lost so many die rolls this week, that's why I decided to put this engine in. But while this is in hand, like I explained earlier, but once you summon it and you synchro for this, this goes to graveyard. This will be Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. This will make 2 more monsters 0/0, and then this will summon and destroy all monsters on the board that have 0 attack, 0 defense, and you draw a card for each one. So you'll draw 3 cards in the combo. Also, this is a dark, so even if you're locked into Orchest, it's not even a big deal. So, the card's just very good. I know the price tag on this because it only has 1 printing. It's just absurd, but And then 1 King of the Feral Imps, and then 2 Dings, One number 23, the Michael Jordan. This card has materials you can attack directly and then pop a card. And then during either player's turn, you can attach one from this and you get a monster spell or trap. This card's insane. And then the reason this is insane, obviously it's dark, but attacks directly, so it goes with the Zeus. And then for the links, just one link Karibo. That's the only link one. I don't play the Anima. And then for the link 2s, 2 Galateas, the 1 needle fiber. The needle fiber only comes up sometime. You don't really need. Did you get all this down here? Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't even need to play this a whole lot. It has come up a lot, not a lot, but enough to make it into the extra deck. So, and then for the other link 2s, the Masquerena, the Phoenix, and then link 3 is the Unicorn. Link 4 is the Boral Sword and the Access Code. This is all just fairly standard for Orcust as well. I'm going to show you a quick combo real quick. Just for going second, it's just very good. So, there's like, yeah, dude, Snake Rain. I'm not going to show going first combo just because everyone, like, if you look up anything else, you'll always see this. So it's just Snake Rain plus this. I mean, what else can you do? This will be your hand. So the main focus of this deck, I feel like, or the main reason for this is just it's very easy for you to go second and draw your cards. So all you want to do is play Snake Rain, discard the Nightmare. I know you guys can already see this is just fucking absurd, but and then this will send, you got down here, babe, mm-hmm. the Nunu, the Curse, and the, let's see, the Curse, yeah, okay, and the Zoha. The Zoha is very important for this. Okay, so that's graveyard. Okay, and then let's see this. So with these 3 cards, you're gonna have to discard one of them to add back the Zoha. Okay, you see this, babe? Mm-hmm. All right, and then the Nunu was special since you have no monsters, special from the graveyard. Okay, and you can normal summon the Zoha. That's why it's important to have the discard. And then these 2 will make the Feral Imp. Attach. Like I said, this is going second. It's just easier to go second. I feel like people should play this when they play Reptiles. At least play one of this. And then since you control a Reptile, min 1, you can reveal this in your hand. Target one of your opponent's monsters. You see this, my hand over here, right, babe? Yeah. This will special summon, and that monster is now 0/0. And then you will tribute off the King of the Feral Imps to summon back the Curse. Which Curse will then summon back the Nuya, and Nuya's effect will activate and add you the Water Lily. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do too is play the Water Lily. No, you don't want to play the Water Lily next. I'm sorry. You're going to synchro these 2 first to make the Hydra. And then you chain link 1, chain link to the Lamia. So this will make 2 more monsters 0/0. This will kill 3 because you made the first one from revealing from hand, and then you will draw 3 cards. So 2, 3. So you still have this in hand, and then you will activate the Water Lily since you have more than 5 engraved. Just in the Abyss, he will summon, and then you can banish this from graveyard. Okay. Target him, and then send the wand, and then wand banish, summon again. And these 2. You summon the Galatea. Now here, depending on how you want to do the line of play, you haven't. You can either use the Galatea here, which you would, to shuffle this back in the deck to play the Babel. So Babel is now a field spell, and then you make the Dingirsu. Okay. Obviously, this won't attach anything, unfortunately. Obviously, you have 5 other cards to play with, so you would do something else before this, and then you just make these 2. into the IP. Okay. So you have the IP and the Ogdoadic. So the reason I like this so much is because like your opponent has to pick which one they want to deal with first, because you still have this in graveyard to send the symbol skeleton, and then you know what I mean. So you can do the ding like on their turn. You could this, send the symbol. Where's old boy at? Yeah, send the symbol. Target either one, probably the Ogdoadic, and then this as well. Send back the ding. Ding will equip this. And then if they end up trying to out the IP, usually let it die or you Ogdoadic and then send everything, and then this will go away, but this will still live because it was summoned from graveyard. So, so yeah, guys. So that was kind of the just a little thought behind it. It was just a 2-card combo for going second, more or less. The one thing too I want to talk about real quick was the just these cards real quick. So like this shit, you could play this. Obviously the Dragoon's engine if you wanted to. I just didn't like drawing this shit, so I cut it. You know, so also the Underworld Goddess as well with the IP and that play I just showed you. So and then one thing I do want to talk about too is the this card. So real quick, I want to go over this card real quick because I'm gonna be showing more about this card soon. Everyone knows what no material is. It's a fairy, you know, whatever. So if you're playing Drytron or whatever. But the thing about this card is like when they summon Nunu, like an Alistair build, or when they summon Alistair, excuse me, this card, like you can just, you know, hit the Nuya or the Alistair or whatever, and then they just can't play because the Nunu can't be tributed, you know, and they're locked into reptiles. So getting it out of the graveyard is a lot harder, and then they just are only in the reptile board. So it depends if they play like the alien link or not. But I just think this card's really strong. I'm going to be talking more about this card soon, especially when Drytron after Lightning Overdrive, I think that's the name of the new set. When we get the Herald Diviner or something like that. But yeah, because you can discard this for the orange light. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope I did some good with this. I have a couple other crazy decks next week. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Cheers.